Hello everyone, welcome to another video, another very quick tutorial. I'm very excited about today's template because you can use in many different ways. You can print, you can send via email, you can update because it is a template, so you can personalize with your information, with your own pictures. So let's get started because I'm extremely excited about this. But first comes the intro. Okay, everyone, let's get started because this template is amazing. So once you click on the link that I have for you on the description of this video, you will see this. A template created by Susanna Lameras was shared with you. Start designing now. So you are going to click on this button, Use Template. Again, you need a Canva account. You can use this template using the free account. You do not need any paid subscriptions. So feel free to use this template as many times as you wish because you are not going to be asked to pay anything or to subscribe to anything. So right here, what I have is what I call is the local market newsletter. So the idea that I have for this template is for you can either print because you can download as a PDF, and you can also send via email as an attachment. So a great way to use this could be for you to get leads and also to get emails from people, in this way to start targeting those emails with email newsletters and other local information that you would like to share with them. So let's get started with this template. So as usual, you know that you can change the font, you can change, I'm going to ungroup this. You can change the font, you can change the color, you can change if it's bold, not italic. It's really up to you. It does not make sense if you're going to completely change the template. Might as well just start from scratch. So the idea of these templates is really to personalize basically. So just going through the template. So here my idea for this template is, so here I call local market. You can call it local market magazine, or just find a nice title for this. I think magazine really sounds nice. I think it really grabs attention because who doesn't love to receive those magazines with information, especially if it has local information that matters to people. So I think that's excellent. So my idea is you are going to, on the first page, you can add more pages, but I only have 2 pages here to not make the template too long and also the video too long, but you can add as many pages as you would like. But in my point of view, you want to make it short and sweet, the same way that I usually try to make these videos. So on this first page, what I have is 3 different listings basically. If you do not have a lot of listings that you can display, if I were you, I would ask other agents if it would be okay to share their listings, or if you are required to give the credit. So if you are required to add the listing agent if the listing is not yours. So those little details, I leave it to you to find out, to make sure that we don't do anything wrong. So what's the catch from this magazine? I'm going to call magazine. So these images will have the nicest picture of the house, okay? And here you are going to add the address. You can make it smaller if it's too big, and if you would like to add the city, let's say if you would like to add just a city, West Hartford. So the way that I created this template was, if it's local, so then it's going to be just one city, but it doesn't need to be exactly one city, because who knows, you have two listings in two different cities, but actually they are very close to each other. So, and you are still able to call local. So I will leave those details to you, but you can also add the city as well. If that looks too close, you can go to here, line spacing, and you can just give a little space. Okay, if that looks good to you, you can do the same thing to the rest of them. So on the second page, and we'll go back to these little icons in here. So on the second page, I have another listing, or if you would like to add something else, but I have another listing in here for you to share. So another template. From here, I saved half of the page to kind of like promote yourself. Instead of looking to sell or buy a home, you can have something else if you would like. Here in this description would have a little bit about you, a little bit like a bio. And in here, I have a button that right now I'm going to make this bigger. Right now I have two elements. So I have this button, or this, it's an element, it's just a shape, and I just have text in here. Sometimes if you have a hard time finding the middle with your mouse, sometimes what I do is I try to make it kind of big, and now I'm able to make it to the center. There you go, see? So these little details are important to not get you frustrated. So you can add this button, because remember, if it's a PDF, you are able to add a hyperlink. So if you click on this link, so as long as you select the element and you click on this link, you are able to add a link in here. I'm going to, just an example, this does not apply at all, but I'm going to add the link of my YouTube channel. But so once you save this whole PDF, and once you click in here on this button, you will be able to go to the link that you added here. But just a small secret, and very, very important secret. So here you have two elements. So you have the text and you have the button. So it is recommended to, besides the button, besides adding the link to the button, you are going to add the link to the text as well. Okay, and from here you can remove that line. So you can make this bigger or smaller, you can make it bold, you can make a different color. So you can change to the colors of your branding. The same way that I added this element here is just to give you an idea where you can place your logo. Here you're going to add your contact information. I have my picture, but of course feel free to remove and add your own. So another way that you can also use the link is, for example, if you click on your picture, you are going to add the link that makes more sense to you. So for example, on this link and on this button in here, what you can also have is the link to your website, but that goes straight to the page where people enter their information to receive the monthly newsletter that has more like the market stats. So that's really key for you to, once again, try to get the lead's email address. Okay, so going back to the first page, I added this element here and this element here. So I will leave these two for you to choose what best works for you, because sometimes this may not look nice if the picture is too white, or if this looks too green. You can change the color. So I'm going to leave these just for you to pick one, but if you want just this one, then you're going to remove this one and add this one to the rest of them, just to tell people that if they click in here, they are going to be able to see more pictures, because usually when we see this on the websites, that means that there's more pictures. But if you like a magnifying glass, you can simply go to Elements and search magnifying glass and go from here. Remember that these that say free are free to use, but these that say pro, you need to pay for, but you don't need this one. You are welcome to use this one if you would like. You can even change the color. Feel free to use the icon that looks better to you or makes more sense to you. So another way, once again, to get the leads to view these listings, you are going to click on this image and you are going to grab the link from your website that if I click in here, once I'm looking at the PDF, it will take me straight to your website to view this listing. Even if it's a different, from a different listing agent, if that's the case, but it will be on your website. Okay, so you can do the same thing for this image, for this element, for this rectangle, for this. So you're going to, as if you were going to separate this, or imagine like a rectangle here, you're going to add that same link. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to click on this image to bring me straight to this specific listing, the same as you're going to click on this element. You're going to add the link that will take me straight to this listing on your website. Don't use other websites that will basically send the leads to a different website and then they will get lost and will just be a nonsense, this link, this PDF. So that's pretty much it. Again, you can change the colors, you can change the fonts, whatever works best for your branding. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed, and that's it. Oh my goodness, how cool is this PDF? So a couple of things. So if you print, first print just one. If you would like to print more than one, just print one first and see how it looks. Remember that you have to play a little bit with the margins. So that's one thing. But if you are planning on using that magazine or the digital magazine to send via email, make sure that first you are going to download the PDF and test the links, okay? Because it doesn't make sense if you have the icon for people to see more pictures and then there's no link in there, or it has the wrong link. So make sure that you test the PDF first before you send that to anybody. An excellent way to use this PDF, there's a couple of, actually not a couple, there's a lot of ways that you can use, but a great way to use it is, first you need to be consistent. If you have a personal assistant, if you don't, just over the weekend, you can do that at least once a month. Once a month you can just enter some of the listings on that PDF, change the links. So once a month, that's all you need to do. You can also post on social media, inviting people to receive that. You don't need to kind of like sound like you are selling something or you're going to spam them. Hey, I have a magazine, a monthly magazine. If you would like, let me know, or private message me your email address, and that's what you're going to do before you scare people. So instead of using that email and start sending, email newsletters every like 2 weeks, if your brokerage does that with the market status. So I would not scare people right away, kind of like, okay, I'm going to give my email address and I'm going to get spammed with all of these emails that I don't want. I just want the magazine. So you can just focus on the magazine, but inside of the magazine, you will have different buttons, the same way that on the second page you have websites, the website button. You can have, instead of saying website, you can say something else, something like search your local market status, something like that. So the link that you're going to put behind that button is going to be the link from your website, where people enter their information on their own. You are not pushing them to do anything. They're the ones doing that. Enter their information, name, and also the house address, because that's what the website will use to send these people the market newsletter. So I hope you enjoyed this template, especially the idea behind this template and this PDF, because with one magazine, then you can send people to other places, always inside of your website, always inside of your information, because you don't want to send them to realtor.com, zillow.com. You don't want to do that. You want to always your leads to be inside your website, because you don't want to lose them. Otherwise, it's going just to be a waste of time. I hope you really enjoyed. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, private message me. Feel free to ask. I'm here to help, and all I want is your success. I'll talk to you later.